You are now rocking with KRoussaw TV. You already know what it is. It's the one and only KRoussaw TV reporting live. I have no other than Kieya in the building. It's going down. So as y'all know with season 1, it's all about my friends telling my story from their perspective, along with just the different topics that we talk about each and every day. They typically get really lit. So today, without any further ado, it's Kieya. Tell the people about yourself, who you are, where you from.
Okay, name's Kieya, aka Kieya, Nick, whatever. I'm good with it all. From Philly. All day, every day.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all already know.
This one, then. That's another story. Anyway, but love him.
Yeah,
so,
damn right. You better.
Drove that 2.5 hours to come and see you.
You definitely did.
Come and chill with you. Come and talk to you a little bit.
Let's get it.
But it's going to be Philly all day. All day?
Only way to go. You
okay.
Know what it is.
Okay. All right. Basically, I'm jack of all trades, getting a little bit of everything.
Yes, you do.
PSA at one of the top hospitals in the country.
Let's get it.
For nephrology. Got any kidney issues, blood pressure problems? Got you. Don't worry about it.
Yes, let's get it. So, again, this season I want all my friends to come down, kind of tell, a little bit of story about, this journey that I'm on, and as far as why I started this podcast, and the people who've been a part of the journey, who've been riding this ride with me to success. And as we continue to go to the yacht, they got to be able to tell you where they got on at, how was it, why they got on, and why they not getting off, man. And I got some great, extraordinary people in my life, and she's definitely one of them. So it had to be done. So Kieya, tell them, like, why are we friends? Like, why do we become friends?
I'm drawn basically to driven people. I don't like stagnancy. I don't like staying still. Always got to keep it moving, doing new things, better things. And I want to say, for myself, because I'm into so many different things and I'm all over the place, he keeps me grounded as far as choosing something, sticking with it until it's finished. I have a problem with that. It's like I get excited about something, I really don't finish it, then I move to something else and I get started with that. So with him, it's just like, what we doing? You're going to stick with it. Let's finish it. Then we can move to the next. Or, again, we just let the tag team it, get it done. For example, real estate license, excuse me.
Yes.
All right,
my God.
He's doing it.
God.
He's doing the legwork, but we got that real estate license.
Together.
So
Yo, tell him, like.
We got that license all day long. Between, the practice exams, the studying, listen.
Hey, how many times I failed the test?
Why you got to be telling
No, I got to tell you. I failed it. I'm going to be real with you. I've never failed a test.
It was to the point where he felt it so much that it got to the point where I was just driving there. We chill outside. I wouldn't say nothing. I got to the point where I'm just going to sit in the car. We're going to read the body language.
Oh my God.
And then, if he give me a certain look, I know we're going to come back next week. It's all right. Don't worry about it.
She was super pivotal. Like, honestly, if it wasn't for you, I probably wouldn't be a realtor today. Like, literally, I would take that test. I literally felt, I've never felt any learner's permit, driver license, SATs, no test in my life. I failed that test at least 8 times.
At least.
Literally at least 8 times.
Keyword.
And every time.
At least.
But one thing I feel like people got to get from just that story alone is that you got to continue to persevere, because, and you got to have people around that's going to push you to keep going, because literally if it wasn't for her,
absolutely,
she was like, yo, don't worry about it, you got it. I'm like, no, Kieya, I failed again. What do you mean? Like,
we're going to get it done.
It would be like, and to fail, and then, I used to fail by like 1 question, 2 questions.
2 questions.
You'd be like, it's cool, you'll get it next time. No, I was over it. I was done. I was over it. I was like, yo, you got it.
Because it was like, damn, if I'm going fail it, let me bomb it. Don't let me be 1 or 2 questions away.
One
then
question?
It's just like, damn.
Come on, man.
I got to come back, pay again.
Pay every time.
Pay again for 1 or 2 questions. But
it was terrible. But again, like, she helped me through that, man. Like, honestly, she the GOAT. Because if it wasn't for her, man, real estate definitely. And so all right, so now let's fast forward. We end up living. we was like, what's that show? Three's Company, kind of like. Tell them, like, we end up living above each other. I lived above her.
We were in this triplex, and he literally lived right. This is when he came back home. Okay, after being in Virginia, he left me.
Oh my God.
He came back to me. Then he left me again. But again, You're forgiven.
Don't do that. Don't
You're
do that.
forgiven.
Don't do that. Don't
You're
do
forgiven.
that. So yeah, go ahead. Tell them the story. So
yes. What
memories.
story? How many?
Memories. That we got time. Let's get it. This is what friendship is about.
How many stories? So he had the luxury of literally kidnapping. This is not a joke. I mean, I would pull up from work, grab my things out of the car to go into my apartment.
Literally.
Mid-walk, I'm grabbed and thrown into his car.
Definitely.
Pulls off.
Without a doubt.
I'm just like...
Without a doubt. She was my... Listen, she was my roadie. Like, yo, when I tell you, like, every day what we doing? We had Taco Tuesday. We getting wings, Landmark. Shout out to Landmark.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Oh my God, don't even remind me. That just meant...
I was talking to my girlfriend the other day about how you and I could not go out to eat. Legit, this man can throw down at least 50 wings. Yo. Then would ask me about trying to hold another set of wings. And again, you know, I'm not going to knock you about it. We here. Go ahead and eat.
Let's get it. We here. We came in for one reason.
You were bringing up wings to like... Bringing up as in, you know, a little bit of fluctuation there.
Oh my God.
For about a month straight.
I'm done. I don't eat that much wings anymore. Like, I'm done with that. Completely done with that. But no, like, so we just, I mean, again, sometimes you meet people in your life and I feel like it's just organic. Like, on the day we met, it was like we had videos, stories for days. And one of the things I want my friends to come on this platform and do is tell this story of like how we met, why it's important to continue to persevere. Like I said earlier, because they've been here for the highs and the lows, the ups and the downs. You know what I mean? And they're going to be here. So the fact that you want people in your life that can consistently be there for you when you need them and you and vice versa. I mean, we got trips, we got memories for days, but we continue to make new memories as well. Yeah. Like, shout out to our we're going to get to that in a second. But, so I moved back to Philly, end up moving a bus above Kieya. Nights. Unrememberable nights, but some of the things that stand out to me is like she said, when she was there for me for that real estate exam, the day I told her I was leaving, she was like, "You leaving? What you mean you leaving?" Because it's like she was a part of my everyday routine, literally. And I was a part of hers. So to leave that situation, it was like it was hard for me. But I was like, sometimes in life you got to do things that, even though you don't want to do them, even though it might seem difficult, even though it's out of your norm. If it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be here today. Absolutely. So,
and as a real friend, and this is what we're talking about as far as why you get real friends, loyal friends, and stick with them. As a real friend, even though I was highly upset about it, it's my job to support every move he made.
And absolutely. That's why I love her, man, because she definitely supported me. You know what I'm saying? You definitely support me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So, but now my next question is, so you told me, why are we friends? And you said, because I'm driven and I help you stay balanced. But what does friendship mean to you?
Friendship, honestly, is everything to me. Everything. When it comes to, first of all, because it's few and far in between with a lot of things that go on. Nobody takes anything seriously nowadays. It's kind of like everything is just a come and go situation. So when you find a friend who actually is willing to match your energy, match your loyalty, and match your efforts, period, that's who you stick with. That's who you roll with. Because, again, a lot of people say it, of course, it comes times where your friends are more to you than even family. Yeah. So, and those are the ones literally from day one to the end, that's who you roll with.
Facts. And I mean, I experienced this with her often, like, from the time we met. Like, when we talk about friendship, me and Kieya, she's seen a lot of people come in my life. She's seen some of them go. And one thing I can say about her, she's always supported my decisions, even when she was like, I don't know how, but she's never judged me or judged the people that I call my friends. And I can truly say I'm blessed to have a very nice amount of friends in my life. And not associates,
that is another
but real friends. Like, they say you can count them on one hand. And then, again, I never say this as a bragging point, but honestly, I have more than 5 friends. I have more than 5 people that's going to watch this episode, and that are my friends. Right. So I truly am blessed in that aspect. But some people do come in your life for a season. You've seen them come, and you've seen them go. Absolutely. But at the end of the day, like, she's been there through it all, and I think that just her sticking through, like she said, and really like loyalty, which brings me to my next question: what's more important to you, loyalty or love?
You can't have love without loyalty. How you love me without being loyal?
Bar. Explain it to him.
I mean, listen,
I want to get into it.
I'm confused.
Because people will say, because some people say they love you, but then they'll lie to you. So are they loyal?
No.
They love you, but they'll cheat on you. Are they loyal?
No.
And why is that?
No, absolutely not. My thing is, when you love somebody and you're loyal to that person, then your actions will basically be driven off what you would even expect or accept. That's how I see it. So, for example, there is no such thing as, oh, it was a mistake. Oh, I didn't mean to. No, you absolutely did. And you can't, in the same breath, also say, oh, you're loyal to me and you love me, because it never should have happened, because it never would have happened for me.
Ooh,
literally.
Okay,
if I wouldn't do it, then you shouldn't. And I know a lot of people say don't expect yourself from other people, which is true. But to a certain extent, you definitely are the company you keep.
Yeah,
How can I claim to be loyal and I got people literally that's lying to my face left and right because the wind blowing? No.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to say something to this, and everybody can have their opinion about what I'm about to say. But honestly, I do believe you should have expectations of your friends and the people in your life. And I say this because people would say you shouldn't have expectations, but without expectations, then where are we going?
Just match my effort.
I literally, my only expectation as a friend is be there for me when I need you, and I'm going to do the same. And what that means is, and it's a very blanket statement.
And be there for me when I don't need you.
Exactly. Because I think that when someone can be there for you, right, at times in need, right, that could be, I'm stuck at the airport,
right,
my car broke down, whatever this case may be. And a lot of people have a different feeling towards this. But I feel like if you can't, everybody that knows me know that are those friends that we talk about. I'm coming wherever, whenever,
absolutely,
to be there. I'm showing up. And I think that one of the biggest things is people showing up for you, not just in a physical, but just showing up in general, whether that's emotionally, financially. Show up for me.
And speaking of that, like you said, even when, of course, you hurt your leg, don't just be there for me, like you said, when I need you to pick me up from the airport.
Yeah.
You can't come chill in the house with me? Is that too much to ask?
Correct.
It don't have to be a dire situation for you to be there. And that's what people miss. And
I think that, like you just said, when I tore my Achilles last year, that was like, and for a lot of people that didn't know,
it was hard because, first of all, he don't sit still. Honest to God, when he was in Philly with me, we literally were home long enough to feed our faces. That's if we weren't even already out eating.
Yeah.
Getting a shower and changing. That is it. And sleep once in a blue. That is it. You talking about always on the move. So when you say Khalil can't drive and go somewhere, yeah, that's pretty much rock bottom.
Yeah.
That's almost rock bottom.
And that's what I say to people. Like, everyone wants to talk about, like being a strong friend and all of that. And I my goal is to always be there for people that I love and in any way that I can. But I feel like for the first time in my life, that was a time where it was like, damn, like I don't realize that I don't actually, I guess, call on people as much as I should,
right,
or as much as I, because I'm always figure it out for myself.
You shouldn't have
but
to.
I shouldn't have to, exactly.
You shouldn't have to. There should be those, again, checkup calls. It's fine.
Yeah.
You can do a checkup call. Perfectly fine. Yo, what's good? What's going on? How you doing? How you feeling? I'm just basically making sure you're okay.
Exactly.
Don't necessarily have to want nothing. And then in those conversations, you'll learn, well, damn, no, I've been messed up for a little bit. Yeah. Then as a friend, you step in. What is it that I can do to make it better or help?
Yeah, and I feel like as friends, we all got to do better with that. Because a lot of times, we get busy, life happens, you get in relationships, whatever the case may be. Yeah. And I feel like it takes a real friend to be able to call you on your shit. Like, yo, listen. Because I remember it was a time where I had to call you. I was like, Kieya.
Yes.
And that's why I said we'll get into it. And that's why I love her.
Yes, I definitely dropped the ball on that one. So after he left, and of course I started a new job, got busy. Honest to God, Khalil and I never went a day without talking. Then it got to the point where it just went longer and longer. But I had to remember, again, to stay true to myself and true to us and true to our friendship, regardless of what's going on in the outside world. I have a job where literally I talk to patients. And a lot of people know sick people, sorry to say, are miserable. They're miserable. I understand it, but I didn't do it. But all day long, nonstop, I am dealing with patients. So when I come home, our natural conversations we would have for hours on end, it's kind of like I'm tired of talking. But again, as I said, that's not his problem. He didn't do it. So as a friend, I have to remember, I need to call, need to check up, need to keep this communication going, even though you left me and moved 2.5 hours away. But yeah.
Yeah, so but that's one of the things. So I literally I called her like, yo, I don't like it. Like case in point, I don't like it.
As a friend, and I want you to tell me when I'm not doing my job.
But mind you, in our friendship, we never had any type of discourse.
Nope.
We never had an argument, a fight, nothing. And I was just like, damn, how am I gonna say this to her? Because we never had no type of strife ever.
Right.
But I'm like, yeah, I don't like the way I'm feeling. And I think being vocal in your friendships, being vocal in your relationships, it all transfers over because a friendship is just a relationship without the romantic component.
Agreed.
So it was like, damn, I really felt comfortable enough, even though I didn't want to and I didn't know how I was going to do it. I was like, I gotta tell her, like, yo, I don't like that. Where you been at? Like,
yes. And please I tell my friends that all the time. If you feel as if I'm missing out on something, I'm failing on something, or again, I dropped the ball with something, please bring it to my attention. Because I'm not going to know otherwise.
Yeah.
Like, bring it to my attention. And if I'm a real friend, I'll work on it and do what I need to do to make it better. If I'm not a real friend, then I'll carry on doing what I'm doing. And that's how you know whether or not that's somebody you need to keep in your life.
And I think, too, like you said, like, friendship is about accountability.
Yeah.
And I had a conversation with another friend about this who blatantly disagreed. But I felt like it's not about me being perfect or you being perfect, but it's about in ways to continue to be better people for ourselves and for the people around us. That's what it's about. Great. So if you tell me you want to do something, I'm going to hold you accountable to that. Yeah. And I would expect you to do the same to me. It's not about tit for tat. It's just about, if you say you're trying to go on a diet, lose weight, if you're saying you want to get a certain amount of money, if you want to start this business, I'm going to make sure, hey, did you do this yet?
Yep.
And if you be like, oh man, you keep checking them, it's not about, I'm not trying to check you. I'm just letting you know I'm holding you accountable. Okay. Because at the end of the day, if you want something and as someone who cares about you, who got love for you, I want to see you succeed.
And as somebody, as yourself in your friend's life, that is kind of your job. It is. You're the driven one. You're the one who's literally tunnel vision, got your eye on the ball. So if you see your friends, straying, then yes. As that friend, as that grounded friend.
I would expect that.
I need you to be like,
bring me back.
What you doing?
Bring me back.
What's going on? Yes.
So if you don't, so I say, like, I don't want a bunch of yes men around me. And I'm truly blessed because I don't have that in my life. Because all my friends, if you are my friend, you already know if you've been around us, like, we hold each other accountable. And one of the things that I love that when we started these cabin trips for my birthday, oh my God. And shout out to everybody who have been to the cabin. Epic times. But one of the things that was so important for me was that it was an opportunity, as you know, that I got all my friends. Yes. I talk about all these people who I truly love and care for in the same place at the same time. Who aren't friends, who may not know each other. Some of them did, but everybody together, like everybody I love, we go around the table. I would make everybody say, why they like me.
Birthday week gotta be about you.
You know what I'm saying? So, but it was just an opportunity for me to really get the love that, again, we all busy, we all doing our thing. But for that one moment in my life, all my friends are there, having a good time, partying, doing everything that we love to do. And then you get all these different personalities and you start seeing, for me at least, why I'm friends with these people. So I hope that they can see why I'm friends with these other people as well. And one thing I say about my friends, there's no jealousy with me. We all have our own rapport. We all have our own relationships.
All separate.
And everybody's bond is different.
Absolutely.
And I really appreciate everybody in my life. But today is not about everybody. It's about you and me. So can I ask you this? Are you proud of me?
All day long.
Why?
Without question.
Why?
Without question. Because with everything, you could have ended up anyway. Not being a homeowner, not finishing getting your license, literally could have been anything, anywhere, but you're here. Again, homeowner, working on your nonprofit.
Yes.
Let's not forget the clothing line.
Y'all see it.
And I'm still working on getting my, penthouse. When you
listen. Kieya living in the backyard. Her Armand already know because he done told y'all. He said at the wedding and the vows, her friends, and that's one thing, when we talk about relationships that I always loved about Armand is that a lot of times, again, having a male-female friendship, people come in, when they get in relationships, this is something that I've experienced in my other friendships that, or some of them who are no longer friends, but it's like when the dynamic changes as far as their relationship, then there becomes pressure on our friendship, and it's like, because maybe he's insecure, maybe he doesn't, jealous or whatever.
Or so society, society is telling you
that you can't have a friend
of
the opposite sex.
And Khalil and I literally have always had a strictly platonic relationship, and that's how I keep it. With any of my guy friends, I make sure it's safe. What I mean by safe is I know there's no way ever possible that it can go beyond our friendship. Not saying that anything's wrong with you by all means. I love you to death. But when you have a friendship so great, there's nothing you would want to do to literally disrupt any part of that. Yeah. So Khalil and I are safe, have always been safe. This is even before Armand, by the way, is my husband. Yes. This is even before I met my husband. If Khalil and I were going to be anything or do anything, I would have done that or been that prior to my relationship. And that's what a lot of people in relationships miss.
Bars.
We're together now. That doesn't change our relationship. It doesn't mean now that I'm going to be off doing things with him. No, we're going to continue that same relationship while I continue having my close relationship with my husband also.
And that's why, if she don't even know this, when I refer to them all the time, and I tell people, get you an Armand.
Yes.
Like, I tell them that
yes,
because at the end of the day, I watch my friend, you know, when we talk about dating and, you know, prior to, I've been there for the guys, she's been there for the women. And it's like, I have watched her like true happiness. And that's why she already know how I feel about it. And Armand is really like a guy who is like, if he's important to you, then he has some importance to me.
Absolutely.
And I think that anytime you're dating somebody, for me personally, I really want my friends to vet whoever I'm with, and I want them everybody to get along. I want to take a couple trips. Like, I think that's super important. But sometimes we get with people, and because we're blinded by the love or the infatuation of a person, we allow our friendships who have no opinion, no dog in the fight, to not only just fall off, but we lose sight of what they see. If my friends tell me, yo, it's something about her, I don't know. If I truly value your opinion, I'm not saying I'm going to cut the girl off, but at the same time, I'm going to be like, well, what is it?
Open my eyes just a little
what
bit
is
more
it
to
about?
see if I'm not catching.
Like, what are you seeing that I'm not seeing?
Right.
And I think that sometimes when we have to utilize the people we put in our life, and we value their opinion and value that they want what's best for us, and be like, well. And then from the time I met Armand, I was like, yo, he's good. He cool. He came to the cabin. He almost drowned in the lake. He did almost drown in the lake. But
first of all, he can't swim. Can't swim. I'm looking for my husband. They're just like, oh, he walked down by the lake. Colin, what do you mean he walked down by the lake? He can't swim. He can't, like, what do you mean he walked down by the lake? He was
trying to go swimming. I don't know what he was thinking about, but clearly we was having a good time in the cabin. That's the whole point. Yeah. But again, I think that's just super important. That's something I always consider. And I literally tell people, get you in Armand.
Even with me being here now, even with my husband's like, literally, I'll see you when you get back. I love you. Have a good time. That's literally, but again, that comes from knowing who you're with. That comes from friends and relationships. Bars. My husband knows. I give him no reason ever in life to think anything other than I'm going to do right by you when you're not around. Bars. And that's how it should be.
And I think that, like you said, that sometimes when we're dealing with people, be mindful of the people you're dealing with, the friends you have. Yeah. And again, I can't speak for other guys, but if I'm someone's friend, as you know, I'm truly your friend. Right. Like, I'm not in this as a backup plan. I really wanted you, but I'll settle for the friendship. Yeah, no. To me, like, there's a lot of guys out here who I know do that. They do it. And they put on the facade of a friend, in hopes and waiting for an opportunity to for them to mess up. For them to step in. But that's not what it's about. Because to me, I feel like if you want somebody, go at them. But sometimes you meet people and it's like, yo, I don't have any sisters. I don't. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's like when I meet these great women in my life who are great people, who do their thing, beautiful women, all that. I don't care about none of that, because at the end of the day, it's the person for me. It's the fact that these people really genuinely care about me and they want to see me win. It's nothing sexual about it. Right. It's the simple fact of, like, you can have a male and female relationship that is a friendship that's platonic. Yes. And there's nothing wrong with that.
But it has to be on both ends.
Yes.
It has to be, like you just said, you're not waiting in the wings for him to mess up.
No. And that's, to me, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird.
It is.
Because at the end of the day, like I said, if you want something, I don't care what it is, whether it's a person, whether it's a thing, and you already know, I'm going to go get it. Mm-hmm. Like, I have ambition tatted on me. Like, I'm going to go get whatever I want out of life. And some people may look at it. Some people may look at it and say, oh, he's all over the place. But no, I'm setting up.
That's the thing. You're not all over the place and not finishing. That's the thing. You're all over the place. But again, you're already checking off half of those boxes.
Right. And I think it's just, again, like, we get one lap. I tell people all the time. You get one lap around this track called life. So in that lap, do everything you want to do. Live how you want to live. Mm-hmm. Travel, love, lose. Like, really experience life. Because when it's over, it's over. It's not coming back. You don't get a second chance, another opportunity. So to me, it's very imperative that you go after everything you want. You get the friendships that not only you want, but that you need. Yes. And if that's one person, like everybody, again, I'm not bragging about how many friends I have, because again, sometimes I have to constantly reevaluate. And even then, when I reevaluate, I'm like, damn, Kieya, da-da-da-da-da. Like, I'm truly blessed. And I say that to say, it's only if you have one solid person in your life. It could be your favorite cousin that's your best friend. Right. It only had to be an outside blood relative. But my thing is, if you have grounded people in your life, you continue to stay grounded. All day. No matter what. They will hold you accountable. They'll be there for you when they need you. Absolutely. And they won't allow other people to come in their lives and mess up what you have.
Absolutely.
Because it's all supposed to be, we're all supposed to compliment each other. Armand, you ever need your brake fixed? He got me. You know what I'm saying? He got me. And that's what it's about, man. It's truly about love and friendship. And when she talked about loyalty and love and how they are, interchangeable, I think that's super important. Because some people would say, I'll take the loyalty. I ask this question often to people when they say, I'll take the loyalty. But no one really wants the love. But like you said, and I just love it, it's always a different perspective on it.
Yeah.
So, you already know, man.
Yeah, so maybe you should start with that. With you saying that, that's what maybe you should start with. First, ask what is love to you, and then follow it up with which one would you prefer?
Okay, so tell me, what's love to you?
I would say love honestly can't be summed up easily.
Okay.
But love is, again, it might sound cliche, but it really is wanting for the other person more so than you would even want for yourself. Wanting that happiness, wanting that, like you said, that drive. Literally everything that life can offer, you wanting that for the other person without even expecting anything in return. Because sometimes it might not be returned.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's never returned.
Yeah.
But still, you wanting that for other people, I feel is sincere. It's sincere love.
Okay. And now I gotta ask this question real quick. So you found Jug 1.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
After a lot of half zeros, whatever you want to call them.
Yes.
What made you know that this was it?
Well, I knew immediately because even so, he and I met online, and I want to say literally after 4 or 5 conversations, he never took it sexually. Never. We literally had just genuine, just like you and I can talk about any and everything. Genuine conversations. Then it got to the point where it's just like, okay, I'm tired of going on this app to, have to talk to you. Is it okay if I get your number? Perfectly fine. Talking on the phone.
Yeah.
Still not being a weirdo. We're good. I mean,
Progression.
We're working on it. Okay. I can maybe rule you out as not being a serial killer. So let's meet up. And I'm not the type when I go on a first date that I got to go out somewhere extravagant or even like movies or something. Because number one, movies, you can't even
can't talk
or have a conversation with that person.
Yeah, I don't like to go to dinner.
I don't want to go out dinner, extravagant places, because again, if I'm really starting to not feel you, I'm not the type to be quiet. I'm not a disrespectful person. I'm not aiming to hurt your feelings, but I will tell you the truth. Yeah. If I am not enjoying your company, it's time for me to go.
She ain't lying. She is not lying.
It's time for me to go. I gotta go. So fast forward, we ended up meeting at Starbucks, and the conversation was just as genuine, just as fluent, just as open as it was even with our online and even on the phone. And it got to the point where we were so deep in conversation that we didn't even realize that they were even closing. Like the chairs was already...
movie.
It's a movie. It's crazy. The chairs was already flipped on the table. And they were like, we would like to go home. We were like, damn, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't realize that we were here that long. So what really made me know was, number one, that I was so in tune. That's another thing too. Anybody that can grasp your attention that well, you got something there. You got something. Yeah. I think literally the best compliment I have ever gotten, I feel like, is somebody telling me that I was intriguing. For somebody to say you're intriguing, that means you got their interest, they're into it, they're intuitive. I love the fact that I would be considered intriguing. So to me, Armand is legit intriguing to me. So like he said, from dealing with men who you have to question where you stand with them or what's going on, or you have to wear the big pants in the relationship and say, listen, I understand that you're not into me that much. Like, I'm going to need you to be okay with me knowing that. So going from situations where it's kind of up in the air to being with somebody who's literally with Armand, it was never a question. It was, what are you doing the next day? Or what are you doing this day? Or can I see you this day? Can I see you that day? It was none of that, oh, I don't want to call her too much. I don't want to come see her too much. I don't want to feel like I'm too attached. He was literally in it to win it. Oh, and yeah. I love that. I'm not the type of female to be like, oh my God, he's clingy. Oh my God, he's into me. I feel like females, again, this is my opinion.
Yes.
I feel like
safe space.
Yes. I feel like females who say a man is too needy or wants to see them too much is somebody who has never been with somebody where you have to question whether or not they're really into you, or question why I haven't heard from you for a week, to literally having a man who you don't have to ask them if they want to chill. He's already booked 3 or 4 dates with you.
He got you booked up.
He got you booked for like 3 or 4 dates. So, and that's what it was with us. And I lied to you not. He and I have been together this year, February of this year, 6 years, been married for 2. He and I have never broken up, and there has never been an instance where I had to worry about where he was, what he was doing, and the same thing goes for me.
Security. He
Absolutely.
makes you feel secure.
We're secure, but not comfortable. Please don't ever get comfortable. Always do what you need to do to keep your partner on their toes again, to keep it intriguing. Keep it spicy. Keep it spicy. Yes, but you always want to keep home comfortable.
Yeah.
And that's what both of us do.
And I think that, and the reason I ask that question because I have a lot of friends and we talking and we had these conversations about love, life, and the pursuit of happiness and all the things that we're trying to do and accomplish.
Right.
Relationships is something that always gets jousted into the ring, and a lot of people try to how do we manage relationships, love with career and things of that nature. And I tell people all the time, and I usually, literally, this is my reference. Finding somebody who comes into your life and it's a seamless fit.
Yes.
And they put you first and you put them first.
Yes.
And to really have that example, as we talk about again on this road to success and trying to accomplish so many things, you need a compliment.
Yeah.
Somebody who can come in and compliment and again come into your life seamlessly and really help take you and what you have and your thoughts to the next level. And I watched that with you. I watched it. And I was there to witness it firsthand. So that's why I just, again, wanted to ask that question because I think it's super important for a lot of women who, again, they may have a difference of opinion, but at least they can have another perspective as to why these relationships continue to fail.
Right.
A lot of my friends, they have that issue.
Again, just like
and
your cousin,
have the perspective.
Just like your cousin used to always say, when somebody shows you who they are, it is up to you to believe them.
Thanks.
And that is me as a friend. Again, I have friends who literally will be in a relationship. This man has showed you who he was. Now it is up to you whether or not you want to take it or leave it. If you decide to take it and just roll with it, as a friend, I am telling you respectfully, I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear any more boo-hoos. I don't want to hear any more stories. I don't want to see the crying.
You can't be their journal, their diary?
No, I cannot. Because again, you are accountable for what happens to you after the first time.
Yeah.
Once your eyes were open, again, if you choose to open them, once your eyes were open to what that person was about and you continue to do it, then you allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
Again, as my opinion, you allowed it to happen because if you would have cut it off the first time and got better or got what you deserved, this whole situation that you're now in would not have occurred.
And that's why, and this is why I love Kieya, her perspective, because oftentimes my friends will bring issues to me and then we'll chop it up about them because as a man, sometimes again, having female friends, I don't know the perspective that they're coming from because only thing that I can think of is to fix it. How can I fix it? And a lot of times I'm thinking rationally, well, if he said this, then like, you know what I mean? And they're like, no, like they're looking for a female perspective or an emotional response. Right. And I'm just like thinking black and white.
I think that's why you and I match mentally so well on that angle too, because again, I don't know how, again, for a lack of a better word, I don't think like other females, or I don't think like what majority would say other females think. I'm more so have a man's perspective when it comes to.
we're gonna say you understand all angles.
Yes. Yes, I have a great understanding of all angles, and I can honestly say there's a lot of people. Sometimes it's more women than men, but there are a lot of people who would accept things from their partner that their partner would never accept
from them.
If it was the other way around, never. Let's say, for instance, even social media. Let's say a guy, again, he's trying to swear it's innocent, but he's talking to somebody else online. It's not serious to him because it hasn't gotten sexual yet. But if you stop and think for a second, if ever even an inkling of that information was to come out about you, you're gone.
Yeah.
You're gone. There is no ifs, ands, or buts. There is no explaining it. There's nothing else you can do about it. You are gone. And if you're not, he's no longer to be trusted because if he decides to stay, it's not going to be just you.
Yeah.
It's not going to be just you.
And Absolutely. I think that perspective is key, man, honestly. I just want to say shout out to Kieya for coming down, giving her perspective. Yes, this is what friendship is. We're going to have to do this again. I love friendship looks like. And as we always end the show with a word of the day, the word of the day, honestly, is about really being around people. As season 1 continues to persist, we're going to be talking. You're going to hear a lot of perspective from my friends. And again, they've been on this road to success with me. They remember the chicken nuggets and french fries. They remember, sleeping on couches, with me sleeping on couches, going from place to place, from Richmond to Philly, back to Maryland, struggling, evictions. I mean, this road hasn't been easy, but it's because of these people who I'm interviewing, these people who we're having these conversations with, that I am here today. I didn't get here by myself, and I'm not going to continue to go forward by myself.
Absolutely.
So we want to make sure that, I give them a chance to hear their perspective. Again, they are a part of my story. So if it wasn't for them, I might not be here, man. So you already know what it is, man. KRoussaw TV. Let's get it.